Hey everyone, I'm Lori Cooch, and today I want to show you the barn recipe template from Creative Memories. And I know that some people don't know how to use these, so I want to show you that. Now the recipe templates, you can get clips that hold them. I prefer to use little binder clips. So I'm going to just pick out some of these. I like the little ones. I feel they hold a little tighter. I don't know that I have 4. So we'll just use we'll just use 4. I have a small, like the mini and the small. So we're going to set those off to the side. Now, to use these, it can be a lot of fun and it can be a lot of challenge, but I'm going to show you the easiest way to do that. First thing I do when I get my template is I take it and I trace it onto the back of the sheet that it comes with. And I do that so that I can lay the pieces out as I'm building on it and make sure that they are correct. Okay, so you don't have to do that. That's just what I do. And then the other thing to remember is down here in the bottom, it says Creative Memories and has the date. That is the right way. So that is the right side, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And I am using complete scraps except for one piece of paper. So I have some scrap wood grain paper from Close to My Heart left over. And then I just went through my stash of scrap paper, and I have this yellow color and then this barn red color. And what I'm going to start with is the craft, which is also from my Close to My Heart stash. And that is because I want to have the barn. So let me get this. So between these panels of the red, I want to have the barn look, okay? And on the outside and the perimeter, I want to have that barn look. So I'm going to put this here so I can watch it while I'm doing what I'm doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is you normally be cutting on the right side up, but I want to trace and I want to have all my markings on the back side. So I'm going to just turn it over. Now, if I was using a printed paper or a two-sided paper, I would turn it over as well, but it's not going to matter with this craft because it's all the same. So I'm going to just clip in the corners to hold it in place. Okay. Ooh, don't go nowhere. And that's going to hold my paper and my template in place for me while I'm working. Now, you can trace on the outside of the stencil or on the inside. So I'm going to be cutting my wood grain on the inside. So I'm going to trace the barn outline on the outside. So I'm going to take my pencil here and I'm just going to kind of hold it flat and trace the lines all the way around. Now there will be gaps because, you know, there's a gap here. That's okay. So I'm just tracing the outside all the way around because, like I said, I want this to have like that shadow effect of the barn. And then I can build onto this. And I'm going to just let it go all the way to the bottom because it's a 12 by 12 piece. And then if I don't like it, I can always come back and change it, but I think I'm going to like it just fine. Now see, this is where the wood grain papers and the things are going to go. So I'm going to still see my barn in here. And I can cut those out if I want to, but I don't need to, so I'm not going to. I think that was all I needed to do. So now I'm going to just remove this. And I'm going to just take my scissors and cut along that line. Kind of hard to see on the craft, my pencil marks. But I can see them. I hope you can too. So this gives us our base to follow. And then where the lines don't connect, you just make them connect. I mean, I don't know how else to. I'm going to overcut it and then come back and follow. And this is where your pencil lines won't show because you're on the other side. So these, if you don't like fussy cutting, these can be a little tough. Now I'm just cutting straight up on this, and then I'm going to come back down, line up my scissors to make that peak, the top of the barn. If you don't like fussy cutting, this could be a little tedious, but it's not like you're cutting around flowers or anything very detailed. You'll see it really doesn't take that long. So you're just cutting. And I don't cut all that perfectly straight, and it's going to be okay. So there is my barn outline. Get rid of these. So now if I turn it back over and I lay this back on it, and line it up, we are lined up pretty good. There's some overlay, and that's fine. You know, like here's a little bit out, but I'm not worried about it. It's gonna be fine. So now I'm gonna set this piece aside, and I'm going to get the red piece, which is going to be our slats here, our red pieces, and then down here. I have two pieces because I wasn't sure if they would all fit. And close to my heart cardstock is double. Ooh, this must not be close to my heart. It's not because it's not white core. So, fine. Just going to line it up so that it encompasses all of the pieces you want to get, which are these. So I'm fine. And now I'm going to just clip it down again. Oh wait, we got to turn it over. We got to do the back side because I don't want my pencil marks to show on the front. Okay, so I'm just looking at the, you know, like what would this be? And this is just overhang, so I don't need to worry about it. So now because I'm doing the inside pieces, I'm going to trace on the inside of our lines. And I just kind of hold it because if it moves, which it can, So this piece right here, this will give us where that craft paper will shine through or show through and give us the panel look on the barn. So I'm just continuing to trace these. My pencil needs to be sharpened. Oops. So it's fine. I made a mistake on my tracing because we're on the wrong side. You guys can't see it, but I have a little visitor in here. And she is creeping into things she's not supposed to be into. Her name is Evie. And she is our little kitty. So I'm just continuing to trace these. Again, all I'm using is just scrap paper that I had. And before I start cutting, I'm going to grab this other piece of barn paper that I have to do the bottom pieces. These little clips, you can get them at Office Depot or whatever. But like I said, they do have little clips that you can purchase with the stencil that will slide on as well. I have some here. Problem is I lost them, so I'm using these. So if you had like a red kind of barnwood paper, that would look really good with this. I just don't have any. And I really wanted to use as much scrap as I could. If you could see my scrap paper, ooh, it's huge. Okay. So now I'm just going to go to cutting these out. I'm just going to cut all of the this way cuts. Like I said, my cutting is not perfectly straight. And I don't think it's really going to matter. It gives it that homemade, handmade feel. And now I'm going to just come in and cut this line. So all these bottom pieces are going to fall off. This is a little time consuming, like I said, but it'll be worth it, I promise. Okay, and get rid of those. And now I'm going to come in and cut these ones. So I know this one I don't need. It's a little bigger, so I'm moving it out of the way so I don't get it confused when we're done. So I take off all the little ones. All right. So now if I take my, remember here how we drew this? We can line these up and see that they're going to fit just perfect. Keeping my pencil marks down because there are some on there. There. So we have that piece, that's good. I'm going to gently move this over here out of the way so I can start cutting out the other pieces of our barn. Now remember, I flipped it over, and so this is where I'm going to want to do things a little more careful, so I can keep track. You know, let's bring this back. Oh, I just messed them up. Well, we know that those were there where they belong. So this should go here. And it does. This helps you to keep your pieces, your pieces aligned and straight when you're assembling your page. I'm going to get rid of that. One thing I learned when fussy cutting is turn the paper, not your scissors, and it helps to get sharper corners. And I'm using the fine tip scissors from Creative Memories. That helps too. Okay, so this one will go there. So you just have to cut out each individual piece. And again, I'm sorry, I know it's time consuming, but trust me. I'm going to just cut straight across here. This one goes here. If you did any like Halloween photos or harvest photos at a barn, this would be super cute for that. And it's easier sometimes to get rid of the bigger bulky piece that you're not necessarily wanting to cut right now, and let it just lay there until you're ready for it. This is where my pencil wasn't working really well because it needed to be sharpened, so it's hard to see that line. Oh, and you know what I forgot is I forgot those ones right there. So I'll have to come back and get those. So I'm just still cutting, and there's really not a whole lot to cut with these. I know it's boring watching me cut. Have you used these templates before? Comment below, let me know your thoughts on them. I've had some for years and I forget to use them. So, oh, hello Evie. Got a cat crawling up my leg. I forget I have them, so I forget to use them. Ouchie. Not my scissors, the cat. So one good thing about the stencil is, like, if you do forget, like I did, to cut those little areas, you can come back in and get them. No problem. And I will actually probably wait to cut those until I get these laid down on the on the barn piece, because I don't want to lose all these other little ones we have. I am known, well, by myself anyway, knocking things on the floor and not being able to find them. So I'm trying to be very careful to not do that. And then this one. And lastly, if you wanted to try and do this with your straight trimmer, be my guest. I think that would take more time and be hard to line things up, but feel free. If you are a perfectionist, I'm not. I envy those who are. Okay, so I'm gonna set these bigger pieces aside because I do need to still get those two little pieces we missed. But first, let's start some assembly. Here is our brown for our base. I'm going to set this up over here. Then I'm going to put our template back down on here like it was. And we're just going to use it as exactly that, a template. So I'm going to take one of these little ones. Put some tape runner on it. And just stick it in there. And that wasn't right. So that's fine. Actually, I've got adhesive hanging off the edge. There we go. When I do that, you see I got adhesive. I just fold it over and it will work. So we're just sticking these down to start building our barn. And there's so many. Creative Memories has several of these templates. I actually think this one might be discontinued. It was when they had the prairie papers, and we had whales, and I think I got the whale tail one as well. Oh, I moved it, and that's okay because it's just a template. And I could be using the repositionable tape runner right now so that if I needed to change it, that's easy to do, but I feel that I'm just using a regular tape runner right now. It'll be okay. And we got the last two. Did you know that Creative Memories actually has 4 different kinds of tape runner? The regular one that I'm using. Then there's a mini one. That's very little. Can you see how little the tape runner is there? Then there is vellum and extra strong and a repositionable. Okay, so we got those pieces down. Now let's work on the ones up top. I'm just making sure we're lined up. I'm going to just start laying these pieces in here. Now I like the look of the old barns where there's discrepancies in sizing, and that's exactly how this is going to come across because I'm not a perfectionist. You could have easily just not cut this piece behind it and used whatever backing paper to show through, and that would be perfectly fine as well. I really wanted the brown though. And I notice now I forgot to get a piece for our fluffy cloud here. Look, we can use the mini tape runner right here. Can you see this over here? And run it right down this little narrow piece. Yay, this is coming together. We go out to a family farm every year for the, I don't know, well, Halloween, but it's not really Halloween. They have corn maze. We get our pumpkins, and we mostly just sit and visit with this family because we have been going out there for so many years. We know them. So these will be great pictures, or great to put pictures on. Even though they don't have a barn, it's just the feel of the farm. Okay, one more after this one. I would love to live with a barn and live on a farm, but we don't. These do take some patience. Okay, last one of these ones. Then we need to redo those red ones that I missed. Yay! Okay, so I'm going to pick this up. Stay with me, we're still building. And we need to do these two red ones here. I am not going to clip them. I'm going to try and just do it freehand. Well, not freehand, but, you know, trace without clipping them down. Because it is just the two. Oh, I forgot to flip it over. But they're square, they're the same. It will be okay. Okay. So now I can bring this back. Now in these cute little hayloft areas up here, that's where your pictures are going to go. So I just need to get this line back up again. Okay, so now if we look at the picture, we need to do the wood here and the wood around our windows. Okay, so let me show you what I've got going on with that. I am hoping, because I only have a little bit of this paper, that I can do the archway up here, get it as high as possible, and then move it up and get these into here. So let's see if that will work. Get this as high as possible. I kind of eyeballed it. I think it's gonna work. We shall see. Oh, you guys, I gotta flip it over. You forgot to remind me. Flip it over and flip my stencil over so it's backwards. I'm just trying to get it straight. And actually I want this higher up on here. I want to get as much use out of this paper as I can. Because see, the edge of this paper is right there, and I want to get that peak in there. But I still need to make room for the bottom picture frames. I'm going to turn this way, and hopefully my pencil will show up. I don't think it's going to. It's going to be tough. So I really need to sharpen this. I don't have a pencil sharpener. I do, somewhere. I've bought so many of them and I can never find them. So maybe I'll take it to work tomorrow and use our electric pencil sharpener there. So, okay, I can see it. You probably can't, but I can see my lines. And I know I'm going to need wood grain there, but I've got another smaller piece for that. So my hope is that I can bring this right to the bottom here. It's not going to work. Shoot. What to do, what to do. Okay. Well, I already traced those. So let's cut that out. We might have to piecemeal it. But like I said, I'm just trying to use enough, all of my scraps up. That's going to be my focus on things for a while, is using up my scrap. I've got, you know those pant hangers? You know, that when you go to the store, well, I can show you in just a second. But they hang pants on them. Well, I have got these little folders with paper packs in them. These folders. And they're wood. See, this is the wood grain one. And then I have these pant hangers that I hang them on. My closet is stuffed. Stuffed of paper packs. And, you know, I had them and I used them, and then this is the leftovers that's in them. And I need to use it. I need to clear that out. I got too much scrap. Anybody else? What do you do with your scraps? I'll probably end up making some cards, because I do send thank you cards for every order on my website. So I try to design cute cards and send those out to you guys when you order. And I do it so that you can then reuse the card. I put it in a plastic sleeve so that I don't write on the envelope or anything. You can then reuse it. Okay. So that will fit right in there. Yay, how cute. Okay, let's figure this out. So I can do like this. That'll give me 2. We'll figure it out. So I'm going to figure a way to clip this in here. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Okay. Here we go. Wish me luck. I actually can go more up this way. We can come right there. Probably should at least tape this down with washi tape. But I'm going to try to be very, very, very careful and not move. I could also do this with a pen, since we are on the back side. These little thin pieces tend to want to move, so that's why I'm holding it so careful. Okay, so there's one. Whew. And I have a plan. If I'm only able to get 2 out of here, I have a plan. I just moved it. So what do you guys do with your scrap? I can't be the only one that has all these kind of scrap pieces of paper around. Okay, hold on. So I know I'm backwards. So I'm sticking this in there backwards right now, just so I don't lose it. It's hard to see this pencil on this paper. And the bottom ones, I lined them up right with the bottom of the paper, so I shouldn't have to cut anything there. So my hope is that I'll be able to take these pieces that are scrap here and cut the smaller windows, and then use that other piece to cut this taller one. I don't know. We're gonna see. What did I do there? I messed that one up. So I do need to recut this piece. The pencil marks are so hard to see. That's exactly what I just did, is I followed the wood grain of the paper instead of my pencil. I know this is boring, guys. Sorry. But learn from my mistakes. And what I find helps me is, like, when I get these cut, and I know I have to come back and cut this other piece and still figure out this other window, I'm going to try and lay it out. Well, I can't really stick them down because I might want to change up these ones. Okay. Look at it, I've moved this all over the place. So I need to do this piece, and I need to make sure that my wood grain is going the same way. So it's going up and down. Excuse me. So it needs to go up and down, and that piece is not long enough. This piece should be, but I might want to use that for another window. Ooh, this will be close. Look at how close that's going to be. We're going to do it. My wood grain's up and down. So I'm going to just slide it under. It's not going to work. So is this piece not going to be big enough? Okay, so we're going to end up having two, and I'm going to turn them sideways. So I just need to now get a piece to cut that. Don't want to lose any of my pieces. Okay. Oh, almost dropped it. See, I'm a pro at dropping things on the floor. It's super hot in my room. Okay. So that goes there. Now, remember I said I'm going to twist them? So I want to keep my pieces together while I put this up here like this. I'm going to put this up here like this. Now we're going to get our, so if I put one here, we're going to end up with a lot more brown than what I wanted. But we need to see how. So if I lay one here, I'm going to put a little pencil mark. So if I line it up with the edge and I line it, this lines up here. If I put a pencil mark right here, we can erase it if we have to. But I need to make sure that I have room, and I do. Okay. So I need to turn our thing right side up, and then I'm twisting it. And I'm going to just kind of line it up. And then I'm going to take the thin tape runner. Oops. And run it down all the pieces. The idea there is making sure that this stays straight on the edge. And I have a long piece. And all this extra brown area where I wasn't anticipating, I can put embellishments on here. There's a brown piece. That one got cut a little fat, which is fine. Gives it that homemade look. Oops. Okay. Now I'm going to come over here and line this up on that front row and visually this way. Just going to put all the tape runner on these at the same time. See, what's good about these templates is you can change them and twist them and make them work for you. And I didn't have enough paper to do the exact layout, so I am making it work for me, for what I have. I like it, you guys. I know it looks kind of piecemeal, but ooh, how about this? This will go in there. But it comes together. You can actually even cut pictures. Like what I'm doing with paper, you can cut pictures. But I'm going to have pictures in the middle here. And so the top of this, I don't need to use the stencil. I can see where it's gonna go. It's coming together. Okay, so now we need this window. I have another smaller piece here that will cut those out. So again, we're going to just flip everything over so our pencil marks don't show. And again, I'm not cutting in the middle, so it's hard to clip it. So we're gonna knot. Now, because I have room, I'm going to slide over so we don't waste paper. Probably why I have so much extra paper. And now we're going to cut these ones out. They're smaller, but the same premise. So remember, we're backwards. So this is going to go on this side. And I'm just cutting them. I'm not a fan of fussy cutting. But this doesn't really seem like fussy cutting to me. I don't know. It's more... I keep thinking of back in grade school where you would cut out your projects. Which I guess is fussy cutting. Okay, we have the last one. We're almost done. We just have the sun and the moon. I'm just cutting around the outside. I'm going to have to pay attention to which way my wood grain's going. If you're using solids, it doesn't matter, obviously. This one's hard to see. Like I said, you could use pen if it's easier for you to see using a pen. Okay. So let's put our tape runner before we get everything on here. We know the side is going to go on, so we may as well just get it on there. You don't have to do the whole, you can just do it in sections if you want to. And with the full-size tape runner, that's typically what I do, is just do sections. But with this mini one, I end up doing the whole thing, and I don't know why. Just like I see people with foam tape, and they'll want to do like a 4x4 or 4x6 card. They will foam tape the whole thing. You don't need to. You're wasting your product. You can just put it in the corners or on the edge. You don't have to cover the whole thing. Save some money. Almost, we're almost done. Nope, wrong side. Okay. So now we bring our barn back. Turn our stencil over the correct way. And just fill them in. Oh, that one's a little long. I'll have to fix that one. I don't know why that one's so long. So for this, we'll just trim a little off the edge. Hopefully that will. Okay, now we do the same over here. Make sure we have our okay. Coming along. So for what I'm going to do here, because that's obviously open, I'm going to take and make like a wood board, a red board here. I don't have it even. That's okay. There's my red. So this is how you make it personal to you. So I only need to go as wide as here. So I'm going to clip this on. And then I'm going to go like this and like this. I am not going up the sides. And again, I didn't flip this because I don't need to. It's just gonna be fine. And then I need to move this down and do the same here. Since I'm just drawing straight lines, I'm not gonna clip it. So I'm gonna cut this in one straight line. So this up here, my pencil did not write at all. I can just see scrape marks from it. It's so dull. So I don't need this, all this width, but I'm doing it and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with it. So where they gapped, I'm just cutting straight across. So I don't know if I'm going to diagonal cut it or straight across cut it. That's why I'm going all the way to the end, even though I know it is too wide for what I'm going to do. So if I line this all up here, so if I want straight across here with this, I want to go to here. So, so the side without pencil is down. I'm going to just run my tape runner and line this up. Now, yes, my pictures are not straight. I'm okay with it. I can move them. I don't want to. And this is wider. I'm okay with it because I can embellish. I can put grass. I have a truck I can put in front of my barn. I have a wagon. I have all sorts of punches and fun things I can put in front of this barn. So I got my pictures here. I don't know where my ruler is. So we'll use this. So my picture is going to be probably 3x4. Ooh, not 3x4. So this would be like a 2.5 by 4. So this would be like a 2.5 by 4. And this will be a 2 by 2. Okay, we're not done yet. We have the sun. Again, using scrap. I don't even know where this paper came from. It's kind of got a texture to it. It will be fine. See? I forgot to turn it over. Trying to hurry because I know this video is getting a little bit long. Okay. Lost my pencil. Uh-oh. There it is. Okay. It's going to be much easier to see on yellow. Okay, before I get too far cutting these little pieces, I'm going to set this back up. And I know I don't have anywhere to glue this to yet because I don't have my backing paper out. But at least we can put them in the correct spot. Oh, I just poked myself with my scissors. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come across the top of these. And then cut the arc. So now it's just straight cuts. And I'm going to grab, here in a second, a piece of white or maybe vanilla cardstock. Whatever I have sitting here next to me. Yay, so cute. Okay, I have white right here. If I can get it. Okay, this is all one piece, so we're going to set it off over here. We are going to lay this on, and we're going to adhere our sun to our white. Oh, I want the little one. Silly me. So I can just put tape in here, actually. Not little. Why do I keep grabbing little? Okay. Now we can add our barn. And this is what I talk about. People will take this and just run it all over the whole thing. You don't need to use that much tape. You really don't. Just a couple strategic pieces everywhere. Then we're going to butt this up. Kind of aligning it with our bottom. Now, like I said, I know this is dull down here, but I have grass, I have wheat punch, I have a truck. I can put all these things on there, and I won't make you watch that. Did you want to add the cloud? I think it kind of needs it. A fluffy little cloud in the back. Let's see if I have a light blue. That's too blue. Ooh, that one. I was kind of looking for like a gray blue, but this will work. We'll make it work. So we gotta flip it over. I want it this way though, because this is our darker side. I'm just gonna add a couple little clips. This is going to be more kind of fussy cutting because it's rounded. But again, it's on the back side. So if we miss, okay. Yay! So there's all the stencil parts. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to complete it with the wheat and show you that. And I think that'll do it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please click subscribe so that you're notified each time I release a new video. If you want me to demo a specific product you want to see, let me know. I can do that as well. And thanks for watching. I will put links to my website in the description below. Have a nice night. Okay, I added wheat at the bottom. I think that looks good. I have my truck punch. Not feeling it. I had the grass. Didn't like that. So what I did with the wheat is I did one whole border using two-toned paper, so it's different on each side. I did the back row dark and then the front row light. Cut them at different widths here so I could mount them and have the dark showing up behind. So I think that is a good finish to this page. Once I get our pictures back from the pumpkin patch, I will put those in there. So hope you like it. Thanks for watching. And again, I will put links to everything below. Bye-bye.